Don't skip. Your soulmate secretly held on to one memory of you. Even after all these years. Listen closely to me, for I have seen the tears you thought were hidden in the deep dark of your lonely nights. I know the heavy ache in your heart when you wonder if true, lasting love has passed you by forever. But I am here to tell you about a beautiful memory that your soulmate still holds close to their chest. They kept this one specific memory of you safe in their mind through all these long, difficult years apart. When their days are hard and the world feels entirely too cold, they pull this thought of you out to find true comfort. It is a simple memory, but it shines like a bright, guiding lantern in their very darkest nights. Stay with me until the end of this message, because I am going to reveal the exact sign I am placing in your path tomorrow. You need to know this so you do not accidentally miss the great blessing I have prepared for your life. This lingering memory they hold is the exact key I am using to unlock your beautiful future together. I have quietly watched you carry the heavy weight of loneliness, believing you were entirely forgotten by love. You have spent so much time giving your pure heart to people who simply did not know how to hold it. But your soulmate has actually been praying to me for a second chance to cherish you properly. You might wonder why I allowed so much painful time to pass before bringing you two back together. I needed both of you to grow, to heal deeply, and to learn what true devotion really requires. The memory they held onto was the seed I planted to keep their hope alive while you both healed your spirits. The Lord says, every time you feel a sudden, unexpected warmth in your chest for no reason, that is my presence comforting your soul. It is also a physical sign that they are sitting quietly somewhere, thinking about that exact memory of you. I am weaving your thoughts together even when you are miles and miles apart from one another. You must prepare your heart right now by letting go of all the anger you still hold toward your past. If your hands are closed tightly in fists of old pain, you cannot receive the beautiful future I am handing you today. Forgive those who hurt you, so you can finally step into this new season completely free and open. Do not walk away from my voice today, for the final revelation awaits you at the very close of this message. I will give you the final seal of peace so you can sleep tonight without a single doubt in your mind. The memory they kept of you is about to blossom into a real, breathing love story that will change everything. They remember the exact way you looked at them when they were feeling completely broken and lost inside. Your gentle eyes offered them a safe place, and they have never stopped thirsting for that deep safety again. I captured that singular moment in their mind so they would never, ever settle for anyone less than you. Sometimes you wake up in the middle of the night and simply cannot explain the sudden feeling of longing. I am waking you gently because your soulmate is calling out to me, actively asking for you in their midnight prayers. These quiet, still hours are when I do my deepest work in both of your searching hearts. Jesus says, keep listening to my words, because the special sign I will reveal at the end will change your entire week. You are so incredibly close to the loving breakthrough you have been asking for on your tired knees. Their enduring memory of you is the sturdy bridge I am using to finally bring them home. You have often questioned your own worth when previous relationships crumbled and left you standing in the ash. I allowed those wrong doors to close because I am fiercely protective of the future I have planned for you. Your soulmate is the only one whose heart is actually designed to match the rhythm of your own. Even after all these years, they can still hear the distinct sound of your voice speaking their name. It echoes in their memory when they are driving alone or sitting quietly at the end of a long day. I preserved that sound in their spirit so they would always recognize the call of their true home. Do not let your mind wander, for I have a promise to deliver to you before this message is finished. I am going to show you how to recognize their approach so your heart is ready to welcome them. This one memory they cherish is about to become the foundation of your new life together. When you feel a sudden wave of peace wash over you in a crowded room, pay very close attention. That is my spirit whispering that their thoughts have turned toward you once again with deep, abiding love. I am moving the pieces of your lives into place so your paths will finally cross exactly as I intended. The Lord says, you must stop looking backward at the people who walked away from you when you needed them most. I removed them from your path because they were only meant to teach you lessons, not to stay for a lifetime. Your hands must be entirely empty of the past so you can catch the blessing I am dropping into your lap. The memory your soulmate holds is of a time you showed them pure kindness without expecting a single thing in return. They had never experienced a love that was so incredibly selfless and free of unfair demands. I used your gentle spirit to show them what real, lasting love is supposed to look like. Stay anchored to my voice right now, because the final blessing I will speak over you will break every chain of loneliness. You have waited patiently, and your long season of waiting is finally drawing to a glorious close. The memory they have secretly guarded is the spark that will soon ignite a massive fire of joy. There are moments when you smell a familiar scent on the breeze and your mind instantly flashes to a completely different time. That is not an accident, but rather a gentle nudge from me to keep your spirit open and expecting. I am using your physical senses to prepare your soul for the physical return of your true companion. Your soulmate often wonders if you ever think of them in the same fond way they think of you. They hesitate to reach out because they are afraid you might have entirely forgotten the bond you once shared. But I am giving them the courage this very week to finally step forward and bridge the gap. Jesus says, I know you are tired of being strong all by yourself while waiting for a partner to share the load. I have seen the heavy burdens you carry every day without a single word of complaint to anyone. I am bringing your soulmate to you so you can finally rest your weary head on a trusted shoulder. They still vividly remember the way your laughter filled a quiet room and made all their worries vanish instantly. It is a memory they visit whenever the stress of their current life becomes entirely too much to bear. I made your joy a permanent anchor in their mind so they would always know where true happiness lives. Do not close your heart to me now, because the climax of this message contains the exact answer you need. I am going to reveal the final seal of peace that will prove my hand is in this connection. Their cherished memory of you is the very compass guiding their footsteps directly back to your door. You must completely release your fear of abandonment if you want to walk into this new chapter of love. I have not brought you this far to leave you broken, disappointed, or standing alone in the cold. I am asking you to trust my divine timing because I see the whole picture while you only see a small part. When you randomly find an old photograph or a keepsake you thought was lost, recognize it as a divine sign. I bring these physical objects into your hands to remind you that nothing meant for you is ever truly lost. Your soulmate is just like that keepsake, finding their way back to your hands at the perfect time. The Lord says, they have secretly compared every single person they have met since you to the memory they hold in their heart. Nobody else has ever been able to measure up to the grace and beauty of your gentle spirit. I allowed them to search so they would know with absolute certainty that you are their only true match. Hold on to my words tightly, because the sign I am promising you at the end will arrive before the sun sets tomorrow. You will not have to guess or wonder if it is from me, because it will carry the heavy weight of my peace. The memory they kept alive is the proof that true love never actually dies or fades away. I have heard the silent cries of your heart when you see other people celebrating the love you so desperately want. You have faithfully celebrated others while secretly wondering when it will finally be your turn to rejoice. I am telling you today that your season of celebration is standing right on your doorstep. The way you stood by them in a moment of great weakness is the exact memory that haunts them with deep gratitude. They never forgot the absolute strength you displayed when their entire world felt like it was crumbling down. I used your steadfast loyalty to leave a permanent, unbreakable mark on their searching soul. Jesus says, when you feel a sudden, unexplainable urge to pray for them, do not ignore that divine push in your spirit. I place that urge in your heart precisely at the moment they are facing a difficult challenge and need strength. Your prayers act as an invisible shield of protection around them while they make their way to you. You have to completely forgive yourself for the mistakes you made in the past when you did not know any better. I have already washed away your errors, but you keep dragging them back into the present moment. Let go of your guilt, because the person returning to you sees you as entirely flawless and deeply loved. Wait with me a little longer, because the revelation of your final sign is drawing very near. I want you to be fully prepared and spiritually awake when this wonderful blessing finally crosses your path. The single memory they secretly saved is the golden thread I am using to sew your lives together. Your soulmate has spent countless hours sitting in silence, replaying the conversations you once shared with them. They search your old words for hidden meanings, realizing now how much wisdom and love you actually offered. I am opening their eyes to the incredible treasure they possessed when they had you in their life. If you have been having vivid, colorful dreams about them lately, you must know that I am the one sending them. These dreams are a safe meeting place where your spirits can reconnect before your physical bodies finally reunite. I am aligning your subconscious thoughts so that your eventual meeting feels like stepping into a familiar room. The Lord says, you must stop trying to force open doors that I have firmly locked for your own ultimate protection. The connections that failed were never meant to survive, because they would have distracted you from this true path. I kept this specific soulmate set apart for you, preserving their memory of you until the timing was perfect. Every tear you have cried over lost love has been carefully collected and counted by my own hand. I am going to turn every single moment of your past sorrow into a building block for your future joy. The secret memory your soulmate clings to is the proof that your past love was never truly wasted. Do not skip ahead, for the final seal of peace I am preparing to give you will settle your anxious mind. I know how badly you need this confirmation, and I am not going to let you walk away empty-handed. Their beautiful memory of you is the very catalyst that will soon spark a miraculous, lasting reunion. They hold on to the memory of your simple kindness because the world they live in has been remarkably harsh. When they close their eyes, they see your gentle face and remember what it felt like to be completely accepted. I designed you to be their safe harbor, and I designed them to be the anchor for your racing heart. Jesus says, when you suddenly lose your appetite or feel a flutter in your stomach, it is your spirit sensing their approach. Your body often reacts to the unseen shifts in your future long before your mind actually understands what is happening. I am drawing them closer with every passing hour, and your soul simply knows it is true. I am asking you to completely surrender your timeline and trust that my clock is never a single minute late. You have grown impatient because the wait has been long, but a love this profound requires deep, careful preparation. If I brought them to you any sooner, neither of you would have been truly ready to stay. Keep your focus entirely on me right now, because the final blessing of this message is almost ready to be delivered. You are standing on the very edge of the beautiful breakthrough you have cried for in your darkest moments. The memory they refuse to let go of is the beacon I am using to guide them securely to your side. They secretly hold on to the memory of the way you forgave them when they did not actually deserve it. Your boundless grace showed them a reflection of my love, and it changed the core of who they are today. I used your forgiving spirit to melt their hardened heart and prepare them for a lifetime with you. Sometimes you feel a sudden, heavy wave of exhaustion that forces you to sit down and close your eyes. That is me calling you to rest, because I am busy fighting the unseen spiritual battles necessary to clear your path. I am removing every obstacle and every jealous person that stands between you and your true soulmate. The Lord says, you have to entirely drop the heavy baggage of your past rejections if you want to hold this new blessing. You cannot embrace the beautiful future I have for you while you are still hugging the pain of yesterday. Let the old wounds finally close, because the love that is coming will never make you bleed again. The specific memory they hold on to is more precious to them than any physical possession they currently own. It is a quiet, sacred secret they have never shared with another living soul because it belongs only to you. I have guarded this memory in their mind to ensure their heart remains forever tethered to yours. Stay present with me for just a little while longer, for the final promised sign is about to be revealed. I am wrapping this message in absolute truth so that you can move forward with bold, unwavering confidence. The memory they kept of you is the fertile soil where your new, permanent love story will finally grow. They remember the distinct feeling of absolute peace that surrounded them whenever you walked into the same room. Their life has been chaotic and loud, and they constantly crave the beautiful silence your gentle presence always brought. I am restoring that peace to them by bringing your paths back together in a totally miraculous way. Jesus says, When you see a specific kind of bird or butterfly cross your path repeatedly, do not dismiss it as coincidence. I use these small, gentle creatures to remind you that I am watching over your beautiful journey of love. It is a physical sign that your soulmate is currently thinking of that one special memory they kept of you. I know you have felt incredibly foolish for holding on to hope when everyone else told you to simply move on. But I am the one who kept that quiet flame of hope burning in your chest against all logical odds. I did this because I knew the story was not over, and their memory of you was still wildly alive. Listen very closely now, because we are approaching the final revelation that will firmly lock this promise in your heart. You have endured a long, painful winter of the soul, but your glorious spring is finally breaking through the ice. The single memory they secretly saved is the warm sun that will melt away all your lingering doubts. Your soulmate remembers a very specific conversation where you spoke absolute truth into their confused and weary life. Your wise words echoed in their mind for years, slowly changing the way they view the world and themselves. I spoke entirely through you in that moment, planting a seed of love that has finally reached full maturity. If you suddenly find yourself singing an old song out of nowhere, know that their soul is singing it too. I connect your spirits through these shared melodies to remind you that you are part of the exact same harmony. You are beautifully in tune with one another, even when the silence between you feels incredibly loud. The Lord says, you must entirely abandon the toxic belief that you are somehow too broken or too old to find true love. I do not look at your physical age or your past mistakes. I only look at the readiness of your heart. I have prepared your soulmate to love every single piece of you, exactly as you are right now. The secret memory they hold on to is a constant, gentle reminder of what they foolishly let slip through their fingers. They have felt the heavy sting of deep regret, and they have sincerely asked me to help them fix it. I am honoring their honest prayer because I know that your heart still quietly longs for their loving return. Do not look away, for the climax of this spiritual message is unfolding before your very eyes right now. I am about to deliver the final seal of peace that will prove this connection is entirely orchestrated by my hand. Their deeply cherished memory of you is the exact spark that will soon set your shared future ablaze. They remember the exact feeling of your hand resting in theirs, and how it made them feel completely invincible. In a world that constantly tries to tear them down, that simple memory of your touch is their greatest armor. I am going to bring your hands back together so you can face the rest of your lives as an unbreakable team. Jesus says, when you suddenly wake up exactly at 3 in the morning, do not become anxious or frustrated by the disruption. That is the precise hour when the spiritual veil is thinnest, and I am actively working on their stubborn heart. Use those quiet moments to whisper a prayer of gratitude, knowing I am fighting for your union while you rest. You have spent so many years building a massive wall around your heart to keep the terrible pain outside. I am gently asking you to lower that heavy drawbridge today so your true soulmate can finally cross the moat. They are not coming to conquer or destroy you, but to sincerely love and protect you for a lifetime. We are nearly at the very end, where the great promise I have made to you will be permanently sealed. I want you to absorb every single word I am speaking, because this truth will be your shield against doubt. The secret memory they possess is the bright, guiding star leading them directly out of the darkness and to you. Your soulmate often catches a glimpse of someone who looks just like you in a busy, crowded street. Their heart skips a heavy beat, and for a fleeting second, they hope with everything in them that it is actually you. I allow these moments to happen so they never, ever lose the burning desire to find you again. If you feel a sudden, unexplainable joy bubble up in your spirit on a totally normal, mundane afternoon, smile brightly. That is the exact moment their heart has finally made the firm decision to step out of fear and seek you. I am transmitting their newfound courage directly into your spirit so you can prepare for their imminent arrival. The Lord says, you absolutely must let go of the deep resentment you carry toward the people who broke their promises to you. Their failures were never a reflection of your true worth, they simply lacked the capacity to value a rare gem. I saved your brilliant light for the one person who actually knows how to cherish and protect it forever.